just because they will be there playing while I'm in Chicago. And I think that this is it's really fun to see this sport get the type of attention that it's getting and the quality. I did not appreciate the quality of WNBA basketball prior to Caitlin Clark playing in the league because I didn't watch it. And now I'm appreciating other players and other teams. I'm not the biggest fan in the world, but anything else that I can pay attention to when this calendar flips to May, I'm on board. Let's go.
I think the entire country is that way as well.
I don't care if it's on Ion TV. Just give me something else to watch.
All right, so we'll talk about the PGA Championship for 30 seconds because that's about all it's worth. Scottie Scheffler did what Scottie Scheffler does, which is not make mistakes, and if he does, he comes back from it. I pretty much would have put my house that he was going to win this. Nobody, including Bryson DeChambeau or John Rahm, any of the players that came over from LIV, have what it takes to close on this guy. He's just a stone-cold killer, and until somebody does something to scare this dude, he's just going to keep winning over and over and over and over and over. He won by 5, and that's only because he bogeyed 18 by missing a 4-footer. He would have won by 6 shots. That's Tiger Woods kind of stuff. The only guy in double digits on a golf course that Rory McIlroy in the history has played very well at. So also Justin Thomas, both of those guys were non-masters.
Amazing to me that this is the only non-Masters major that Scottie Scheffler has won. You picture him having this trophy case full of majors already, but this is only his second non-Masters win at the major level. So a huge one for him, the first major that he has won since his son was born, and you had the emotional moment with him carrying his kid into the clubhouse to check in.
And the kid's sitting there on the floor while he's signing in.
Amazing. I love that.
And by the way,
the
safest money you can put on right now, and I'll give you a little heads up on a bet. Bet this guy wins the Grand Slam. I don't care when. I don't know if that has to be whatever. It won't be this year, I'm sure. But, I mean, this guy's going to be the next guy that wins the Grand Slam.
That he does it?
He's going to do it.
I don't know if that is available out there, but if I find it, I'll bet it. Before you cut me loose, I think that your audience and mine, mostly yours, will chop my head off if I don't mention the fact that Orlando City blanked Miami.
Oh, they blanked
over
him.
The weekend.
Gave him one of the worst losses ever.
Thank you.
And now,
yes, exactly.
Thank you for bringing it up. He's going to golf and Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Orlando City.
Well, I wasn't done yet.
Blanked Messi.
Yeah.
The Orlando City, now the owners of the unofficial Florida Cup, as they dusted the Rowdies in the U.S. Open Cup a couple of weeks ago, and now Miami, and they sent Messi. Now Messi's crying about MLS officials. Welcome to the party, bro.
Dude,
we've been crying about officials for years.
I read a story. He had to give the team like a pep talk in the locker room. They were so distraught that they lost to Orlando that badly.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. Apparently, he had to go in there and got to give them a come back to Jesus talk.
It's one of the headlines on ESPN.com today is that Messi has had to kind of settle the troops. Orlando City now 11 straight MLS matches without a loss. They're rolling.
Yeah, they are rolling for sure. And the listeners did want to say one thing about the NBA lottery.
Oh. I can't believe this happened the day after our chat last week, and this took over my show last week. The Mavs, who had a 1.8% chance to land the top pick, wound up with the number 1 overall pick, and the conspiracy theorists went wild on this.
After trading what's considered to be like one of the best players in the league, top 3 players in the league, they trade this guy away. Everybody loses their ass. They don't know what they're doing. Fire the manager. There's pictures of Mark Cuban sitting in the stands with his head down afterwards. And then what happens? They go and win the literal lottery.
And then this is the amazing thing is if you were to go to every Dallas Mavericks fan, I think you'd have to probably truth serum this situation, but if they're being honest with themselves, you say, okay, now knowing what you know now, hatred you've spewed at ownership and management of your team for trading Luka Doncic, knowing what you know now, would you go back in time? Here you go. I built a time machine for you. You're going to walk in, you're going to go back and undo the trade. Because if you undo the trade, you're making the playoffs and you're not a lottery team.
Right.
And you have a 0% chance of landing the top pick. Instead, they're going to get Cooper Flagg, this generational prospect who is going to sell 1 trillion jerseys in Dallas. Amazing, the turnaround. And Dallas basketball in general, another WNBA star that's going to take the league by storm. Paige Beckers was also, she made her debut over the weekend. She was drafted number 1 overall by Dallas, so they get 2 of the top stars in basketball that are going to enter that city. I don't believe in the conspiracies, but
You're gonna let a little of this one drip through? Is that it?
Well, listen, it's just if you needed the ammo for conspiracy theories in the NBA, I've told you about the frozen envelope and all of that.
Yeah.
This is another version of it. People are running wild with this, that the NBA orchestrated this and gave them the old wink and, hey, if you trade Luka to the Lakers and save the league for us, we'll give you the number 1 pick. That's what people believe, but crazy stuff.
Yeah. Always good seeing you, buddy.
Yes,
you guys
too.
give it up good and loud for Brandon Kravitz.
Yeah, the broiler.
ZoneheadsMedia.com. ZoneheadsMedia.com. Not only do you get great analysis, you'll get some gambling information there as well.
That you will. My whole process is written right there on the website, and I think we did a good job following up corsets and cuties.
You
here
did,
today.
for sure. We'll see you next week, buddy. There you go. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got a few minutes for your 4 o'clock keyword, which is bank, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in 1 sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
I'm gonna go to sleep
Yeah.
because I'm all crystal out.
Anybody
crystal
want
out.
to rub my belly?
I'll rub your belly if you rub my butt.
All right. Trade.
Don't mark that, Angel.
Too late.
Don't mark that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we're expecting another sweltering day. Temperatures will be climbing back into the mid-90s. I have around 95 today in Orlando. Once we factor in, though, the humidity, it's going to feel closer to the low 100s. If you're hoping for relief from the heat, we aren't going to be seeing that until maybe Thursday and Friday. And even still, highs will be back into the low 90s, but we will see a couple of stray showers for Thursday specifically. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
SolarSource.com. That's the company you go to when it comes to investing in solar for your home. I could not be more thrilled or pleased with the result of solar panels on my roof. The amount of money it saved me, the amount of electricity reduced that I have to buy from Duke Energy. My power bill last month was $35 thanks to the solar panels on my roof. And when it comes to maintaining any of the solar products I have, I use SolarSource.com. They've been doing it the longest in our community since 1984. They've been around with over 60,000 installations throughout Central Florida. They work with the big names like Disney and Legoland and Kennedy Space Center. And they also work with every homeowner who calls or goes to SolarSource.com. And when you talk to them, tell them Jack from Rural Radio sent you.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage doors done right.
Dust off your boots because the Silver Spurs Rodeo is back. Join us May 30th and 31st at the Silver Spurs Arena for the largest rodeo east of the Mississippi River. Get ready for heart-pounding bull riding, lightning-fast barrel racing, steer wrestling, bareback riding, and more as cowboys and cowgirls compete for cold, hard cash. Tickets start at just $15, so round up the family and grab your tickets now at silverspursrodeo.com. That's silverspursrodeo.com.
When disaster strikes your home or business, you need more than a quick fix. You need a team you can count on. You need Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida. From storm and water damage to fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis Restoration is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
Mornings are unpredictable, But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
On the next Access Hollywood, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Homecoming red carpet. Plus, inside the American Idol finale, we're with the new champ, Carrie Underwood, on her rookie year and our Benson Boone surprise. And we're celebrating 20 years of AGT and the return of LB. Then, Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks, a special bond on screen and off with Justin Timberlake to thank.
My workout mix was the whole sexy back.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
So there is an unmanned, remote-controlled rescue device called the Dolphin 1 I've seen recently. That it's kind of a U-shaped device. It's got two really powerful electric impeller type motors on the back of it, and they can use a remote control and send that thing across the water out to somebody lickety-split. They grab onto these handles, and it brings them right back to shore. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
That is cool. You know, somebody emailed earlier. We were talking about this drone. Deb had it in the news where a guy used the drone to drop off a flotation device to someone who was...
to a teenage girl who was caught in a rip current up at Pensacola Beach up in the Panhandle.
Which is kind of cool because what somebody texted in and said is those are bait drones. So when my son used to go fishing, what they would do is they would take they had somebody that would kayak the bait out. So they would kayak the bait way out and drop it because you can't throw it that far.
Right.
So they started using drones to hook their bait to it and fly the bait out so they could drop it in the water and it'd be far off and out. So that's what they said could have been. It could have been one of those bait drones or just a drone you use to do that. They also used to have didn't they used to have a cannon like thing? It almost looked like a flare gun, and it would shoot like a flotation device with a rope on it.
I don't know, but if they do, I want one.
I'd be down for that for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
I want to be a hero only if I get to shoot a cannon.
Exactly.
I like that. Sounds fun. Like a bazooka floating device. That'd be great. Just shoot it right over their head.
You know what?
Nothing wrong with that.
It wouldn't suck.
It would not suck. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yeah.
So South Carolina is having a special 5K. Let's see. It is coming up June 14th. Already they have about 161 people signed up to run. It's the Carolinas Foothill Resort, and they're going to run this 5K. It's a little different 5K, though. A little different. They're going at this a little differently.
Barefoot.
No.
No feet.
No feet. No. Yeah, you're nubbing it all the way around.
Nub.
It's naked.
Nice.
It's a naked 5K, right?
Apparently, I don't want that bouncing around.
Apparently, the Carolinas Foothill Resort is a nudist resort in Spartanburg County, South Carolina. The Buck Creek Streak is what they call it.
That's funny.
Already has a record high number of people registered for the race.
Really?
And you are running this dead nude. Dead nude. It says you can go anywhere and do a 5K, but you can't go anywhere and run a 5K naked. Who sits on the resort's board of directors on a towel, I'm sure. It says if you go to a turkey trot and drop your drawers, you're probably going to get arrested. This year's race optioned to go the extra mile and run a 7.3 in honor of the founder, Mike Ward, who died at 73 in 2017. You can run nude. You can also run clothed if you want. But it said a lot of people come back and run this thing over and over again. Look, I've done a 5K. I did the one for Orlando City one time. It's the only one I've ever done.
I thought you were going to say you've done a 5K naked.
No, there's no way I can do that. Here's the thing. That's a lot of jostling.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking that's a lot of slap.
Like, for the ladies, I would think it would be the top part that would be a pain in the ass. But can I tell you, even with a brassiere, it's difficult to run, right? If you're endowed. Like, even if you have, like, C cups and you're jogging, it's tough, right?
It's not exactly where the pain is. You said pain in the ass.
Well, if they're big enough, they can hit back there.
Yeah. But for dudes, we definitely need some port because what you don't want is that flopping around.
You don't want your twig and berries.
You don't want that slapping.
No.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want sunburn on it. That's tender skin.
I got to tell you, that may be one of the least sexy things you could do naked is run.
Oh.
You just run naked.
Well, it's funny you say that because there was a very funny Seinfeld episode of all the things that just aren't cute when you're naked, like coughing.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
You have to be very careful when you cough.
Trying to open a jar when you're grunting and you're holding it between your thighs doesn't look good when you're naked.
That's kind of funny. No, I never saw that episode. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's apparently they've done this a couple years. It's a great time. If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't have a record number of people signed up. It's an all-day event, they say. I'm sure it comes with a bunch of other pre-parties and stuff like that. You get a free lunch and a day pass. That way you can explore the clothing optional resort. I'm guessing that's maybe why they do it, right? I mean, if you're into that life and you go there and you run a naked 5K, I mean, why not get a free pass to go kind of tool around the joint?
You obviously don't have a problem being naked.
Yeah, not at all. First-time visitors to the resort must pass a background check before being allowed on resort grounds. That'd be bad. Yeah. You don't want to cut a bunch of weirdos loose in that joint, right? The ass-slapping 5K. You don't want that. It says it's open until June 13th, while returning visitors to the resort can register on the day of the 5K.
Well, I want to apologize to the person who texted us at 77031. Thanks, Deb. Now I have that picture in my head now with Jim. Slap.
Chafe crazy. Oh, yeah. Chafe crazy. And nobody looks good naked, let's face it.
Oh, no.
No, nobody looks good.
Would you run another 5K with clothes?
Yeah, I'd do it. I'm thinking about doing it already.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you got one?
We have someone who reached out to ask if you would.
Yeah, who is it?
Cool.
It's a client.
Have fun.
Okay, and
It's the city of Leesburg.
the city of Leesburg.
Yeah, they're doing the Pancake Palooza.
Yeah, fastest growing. That's the fastest growing city in the state of Florida right now.
This is happening in November.
You see how many people they added in 1 year, 2 years? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like they have added like 20. It's an 18% increase in population in just a couple of years.
Yeah, I know. I get to deal with the traffic.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So what is it now?
Yeah, it's their Pancake Palooza. It's a 5K run, but they, want to have a conversation to see if the show would be interesting.
Okay. When is it?
November.
Oh, okay. Good Lord of mercy. That's a long way away.
Guess what?
I got so much time to get in shape.
How about perfect weather?
Oh, yeah, right? Absolutely. Yeah. All right. 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show and a fresh keyword.
Support the arts and local artists at the Orlando Fringe Festival with over 100 shows happening now through May 26th. Get more info at orlandofringe.org.
There's a serious accident getting cleared up affecting all lanes on Colonial Drive near State Road 408. The right lane's blocked on State Road 436 near Lee Road there. Emergency crews are on scene clearing up an accident, partially blocking the ramp from I-4 westbound to John Young Parkway. There's a crash on U.S. Highway 1 northbound near I-95. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $250 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends June 14th. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
And here in Central Florida, you better have an AC company that you can lean on. And when it gets to be July and August and you don't know if somebody's going to pick the phone up, that is a terrible feeling. You will never have that feeling with my friends over at Mills Air. These guys are all about making sure that you are nice and comfortable in your home. They know how to do it. They've been doing it for 30 plus years. That's right, since 1992, keeping Central Florida nice and cool. Their techs know all the brands inside and out. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. They can repair it. And I'll tell you something else, too. They won't make you feel uncomfortable in your own home. Total professionals. And they're carrier factory authorized dealers. That's important. It could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today and schedule that appointment. Right now, you want to get that preventive maintenance program. It's like a tune-up for your entire system. 407-277-1159. Find them online easily at millsair.com.
Real Radio is kicking off the summer of laughs with the Monsters Night of Comedy. Join us Thursday, May 22nd for this epic night of laughs at the Funny Bone in Orlando. Hosted by Russ Rollins with the Angel of Boom DJing the event and headlined by Ryan Holmes. With special appearances by Ken Miller, Savannah Angelique, the Dancing Queen, and Daisy Del Toro. Get ready for an epic Monsters Night of Comedy Thursday, May 22nd. Special thanks to Mills Air. General admission tickets are on sale now at realradio.fm/comedy.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company. And never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Wednesday at 8:35 on the Monsters in the Morning. Ray Trendley and the Monsters will be discussing all things law, from the latest celebrity legal troubles to what's going on out there.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
If you're shopping for hurricane impact windows, make sure to get a free quote from Reese Windows and Doors. Hi, C-Lane here, and Reese has been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. At Reese, most windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and right now when you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free, plus installation is included. For a free quote, you can visit reesewindows.com. That's reesewindows.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
I said a hip, hop, the hip to the hip, hop, you don't stop the rocker to the bang, bang, boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat.
Well, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 5 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Fun, guys. That'll do it. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win some coin.
That would be fun.
Yeah, 2 winners this morning, man. 10 and 11 o'clock. Killing it. Let's get one in there. Fun is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yeah.
All right. I want to ask you guys a question.
Uh-oh.
I've been teasing this story for a couple days now. Just now getting to it. So I mentioned that Michelle Obama did an interview. She, I think, did a podcast. I want to make sure I get this right. Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
Yes.
Amy Poehler, formerly of SNL, now with she does traveling shows with Tina Fey. She was a writer there as well as a performer. She now has a podcast called Good Hang with Amy Poehler. It's pretty stereotypical of any former star. They just invite other people of note to their podcast, movie stars, television stars, some politicians. Michelle Obama got invited, and one of the interesting things with this interview is this deal that she has with her husband, Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama. And it said they started this very early in their marriage. And I will tell you, I think it's probably a pretty common thing for couples to have kind of deals of things that they do or don't like with their partner to make sure that they kind of, maintain some continuity in their relationship.
Right.
Right.
Is this their list?
It's not a list. No. This is just one thing that they say. Right. This is one thing that they say that this is a deal that they made early in their life. Now, I got to tell you, it's a little one-sided if you ask me. Because let's see, Barack, by the way, Michelle's 61 years old. They have 2 kids, 26 and 23 years old. What's Barack? He's got to be around the same, right?
I think he was born in 1960, which would make him 65.
65? Yeah. So their deal is that Barack Obama cannot pick on Michelle. And apparently that's his thing. He likes to tease a lot.
He's 63.
He's 63. There you go. So he likes to tease a lot. So one of the deals is Michelle said, I can tease you, but you can't tease me back. Right? It seems unfair, right?
Well, it depends.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the case, right? So maybe he's just better at it. Maybe she doesn't like it. But apparently, when the daughters and she get together, they relentlessly tease him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, doesn't that happen in most families,
Sure.
guys?
I mean, I get it all the time. Trust me when I tell you, I get it all the time. And I don't have this exact deal with my wife, but I know we tease each other about the same. Back early in our relationship, it wasn't as much. But I think now it's a little bit more even than it was before. But we never really had a rule where, hey, you can't say this about me, or you can't do that about me, or you can't say this or anything like that. We never really had that. We do have other deals or agreements in our relationship, but nothing like that. Do you guys have anything like that?
No, but after being together for a while, you can sense things about your partner. Like Chris is not a prankster and doesn't like to be the victim of pranks.
Really?
Yeah. So I learned that early on. Like, don't come around the corner and go boo.
Really? Even that simple?
I mean, just doesn't like it.
Does he like surprises at all?
So I mean,
he can't like surprises then.
I don't like surprises.
Okay.
Yeah. Try putting me in the car and not telling me where we're going.
Oh, really?
This is what you're going to hear. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going?
See, my wife is the exact opposite of that. My wife dreams of the day that I would basically kidnap her and take her somewhere.
Nope.
Because the very first time we did anything like really cool like that, she did that to me. She literally kidnapped me and took me to New Orleans.
Which is fun because when you're a control freak, you generally don't like things like that.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem with it whatsoever. I think it was a trust issue. Like, I trusted that she was going to take me anywhere I didn't want to go.
Well, I mean, and I am agreeable about it. I mean, when Chris took me to go stay in the treehouse in Oregon, I had no idea where we were going.
Oh, that's big...
My Christmas gift said we were going to New York City.
Oh, really?
And then...
Oh, he lied to you, too.
No.
What a liar.
No, and then he told me that we were going to the tree house and let me see the photo because he knew the whole plane ride was, where are we going? Where are we going?
Well,
where are we going? What are we doing? Where are we going?
That's actually how I found out because you can't really hide where you're going on the plane, right?
Yeah.
So when I checked in, when we did our bag check at the curb, it said New Orleans. And I just looked at her and said, no way. And that was like great.
Isn't that awesome?
It really was awesome. So we don't have that. Like, we would take surprises like that. We would prank each other a little bit. Nothing big, though. Nothing embarrassing. Nothing embarrassing.
None of the stuff that you see online.
Right.
Like the reels and stuff on Insta, some of the really overt, really putting the time in. There are some of those prankster couples that's their way to bond, but just not for us.
Tried to surprise my wife. I did for her 40th and her 45th birthday.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again.
That's what she said to you? What was the surprise?
What happened?
I got you a bunch of fish?
We had a party, and I thought it went well, but sometimes that some people are not comfortable in that situation, like Deb not knowing where you're going.
Man,
some people like not knowing where you're going.
And some people don't walk into their home and see a bunch of people that they weren't prepared to be visiting with.
Yes.
Oh, goodness, I get to be on. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
That's awesome, honey.
Jack's tone is leading me to believe this went poorly.
Or, wow, look at all. Yes, I remember some of these people from my past.
That's even worse. I think that's an old boyfriend.
For whom? Jack or Naomi?
Yeah.
That's because that's not fun when you're in that position, right? You plan something so special.
Right, yeah.
You reach out to people that maybe they haven't talked to or seen, and then you've got this idea of what it's all going to happen in your head, and then reality happens.
Yeah, but I think sometimes you got to fake it because here's the thing: how nice of Jack to have done that.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I think sometimes you have to just roll with the punches, and then after the fact to go, hey, look. Hey, I really appreciate everything. Just so you know about me, that's a little startling for me to walk into my house and have 50 people, and I know like 8 of them.
Right,
you know?
right. I think that the older I'm getting, the more I've come to the realization, asking the question, is it worth it? The answer more often than not is no.
Yeah.
Is that the right soap? Absolutely, honey. Thank you so much.
Don't even argue.
No, it's not even about the argument. It's like you just said, Jimmy, it's about the effort.
And
it's the effort.
Another similar saying is you tell yourself, do you want to be right or do you want to get along?
Exactly.
That's another one.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Do you have something like that, Jack, that you guys have like a deal on between the two of you? Like, we know for a fact we don't do this?
Oh, well, trial and error. I try not to be as, I don't know. Some people might say I'm sarcastic, passive aggressive.
You are those things.
Yeah. So you got to learn, what works and what doesn't work. And it's like, oh, wow, if you don't do that, you're actually a nicer person.
And you get a different response.
And you get a different response.
You get a different response. I found that out too.
Yeah.
If you're not a coarse a-hole, turns out that your wife actually wants to hang out and do cool stuff like touch parts and whatnot.
Or being too matter-of-factly, like,
mine. I've got mine.
Yeah, well, like, Chris likes to, because you guys know my purse is like, what, 10, 15 pounds?
Are you kidding?
I'm closer to 40.
Yeah, there's a village in there.
Right. So, one time when we were over at my mom's and he went to go pick it up for me, and I was like, no, you don't need to do that. Who carries it around all day? And my mom admonished me for that. She said, well, why are you doing that? Thank him. Be appreciative, because there's going to become a day when he's not going to do it anymore. And I was like, well, it's your fault. You raised an independent, strong woman. Don't look at me.
Right, exactly.
But she's right. And that's when it's just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to take away the pride you get in helping out your partner. It's just not worth the damage.
So you guys might, I agree with that 100%, by the way. And you guys might not know this about me. I can be a bit of a messy person, all right? So if you looked at my
You've
truck.
never listened to your
If you looked at my truck right now, you would ask me, how long you been living here? And I would say, I don't know. What year is the truck? Because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like I live in it, right? Shoes, shirts, jeans, my golf bag, everything else in between is in there.
That's surprising.
So here's what I've learned about my wife, right? So this is one of the deals we have for sure, that I pick up after myself when I do something. And as silly as that sounds, it's a big deal because, like, I'll give you an example. Like this weekend, we got sandwiches, because we were working around the house. We went and got some sandwiches. So I came home, sandwiches laid out, got my little platter, made my whole little sandwich set up, went into the living room to watch some of the PGA Championship and have my sandwich during a break when we were doing all this work, right? But in that meantime, I left the pickles out because I don't know if I'm done with the pickles or not. The mayonnaise was out because I may want a little bit more mayo on the bag of chips was opened because I got chipped, but I left it open. Now, all of these things, when I'm done with my lunch, I'm going to go back into the kitchen and I'm going to put it all away when I'm done. But I wanted to eat now. I don't want to stop and put everything away and then eat. Right. I want to eat now, and then I can put it when I'm done.
So you're halfway through your sandwich and you're here.
Jimmy! Yeah, no, not even halfway. I literally picked my tray up to walk away, and she looks at me and she goes, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going in there to eat." She goes, "Why don't you just put this stuff away? It'll take you 3 seconds to put it away." I'm like, "But my sandwich is right here, and I want to eat it now." She goes, "That 30 seconds of doing this is going to stop your sandwich time?" And I'm like, "Okay, you're right, but listen, I'm going to do it this time." And it wasn't even 15 seconds. It literally took me 15 seconds to do it. And she goes, "Don't you feel better about it?" And I go, "I don't. But I know you do, and that's all that matters."
Exactly.
And that's exactly my thing. Like, when I use my toothbrush, instead of sticking it somewhere, just laying it around. I can put it back exactly where I got it.
Yep.
Makes her completely happy. The easiest thing in the world to make her happy.
She lives to make you happy. You
That's
live to
right.
make her happy. And then you both end up being happy.
That's right. And all I get out of it is sex in a car, which is great. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in 1 sec.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident on the ramp from State Road 434 to I-4 westbound. A crash on State Road 436 near Lee Road. On Colonial Drive near State Road 408, the right lane's blocked there. Traffic slowing down due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound approaching Hancock Road. That's off to the shoulder. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Orlando this summer for a global showdown. Experience world-class soccer as football legends collide at Camping World and Ender & Co Stadium. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Get your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets. That's FIFA.com/tickets.
The Home Builders Network sponsoring the Jim Colbert Show question of the day. That's Mike the Home Builder. What a great guy. Whether it comes to repairing your roof, windows, doors, gutters, or maybe you're replacing a window. You want to put a new front door on. I got gutters with covers. Absolutely love them. Recently, I had an issue with the roof. I put in... Someone installed something and it wasn't quite right. I reached out to Mike, the home builder at the Home Builders Network. Mike, can you check it out? Boom. Next day, completely fixed and sealed up. What a great guy. Hooking me up. He can help you as well. HBNUSA.com is how you connect with the Home Builders Network. Get great reviews for their windows and door work. It's HBNUSA.com.
New Year's resolution is to buy a home? Get your free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When dealerships compete for your trade, you win at Greenway Kia. Trade your car with us and over 40 Greenway dealerships will compete to buy it. So you get the best possible value, as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Wondering what your trade is worth? Get your appraisal online at greenwaykias.com or visit us at East Colonial, West Colonial, and 1792 North in Longwood. I'm Joe Rossi, and Greenway Kia proudly thanks all active and retired military members for your service.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Alpha Foundations comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at alphafoundations.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese. Radio.
Come on! Come on! What you really want?
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Come on!
Still to come, legal stories TK Law, today at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show.
How's it, Ohana? Well, I'm not going to complain about the heat even on the island. I just saw what all those people in Chicago are dealing with a dust storm. Anyway, sandwich building in my house, you put everything away every time you put a mustard, a pickle, anything, a cheese. You got to put all that stuff away. Wasn't like that before I got married. Not that I wasn't raised properly and keep that kitchen clean. That's what's up with that. Aloha.
Aloha,
brother, for sure.
Yo, JCS, happy Monday. Yo, Jim, I'm kind of shocked at your kitchen habits, man. I know you're a badass cook. I've had your food before. But you obviously never went to culinary school, because the first thing that they pound into your head is you clean as you cook. Oh, yeah, man. And it makes the females happy too. So you clean as you cook. All right, y'all. Peace.
Thanks, buddy. And I did not go to culinary school, but I do know that rule. I just choose to ignore it. And that's the one thing about anybody that eats anything that I make. They're like, man, he can cook, but man, is it a mess afterwards. Because one of the things about when you cook dinner, especially in a family setting, you make dinner, you don't have to clean up.
My mom always taught me clean as you cook.
And I know that rule.
Clean
and
as you cook.
I just can't. I'm such a bad planner when it comes to making it. I should, because when I prep, everything's better, but I don't do it because I don't know.
Well, the other part of it too is that then after you have this amazing meal, you walk into this horrendous kitchen.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And nothing will make you regret that great meal, like walking in and going, God, now I've got to tackle this.
You are 100% right, by the way. All right, your 5 o'clock keyword, by the way, is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. Fun is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck.
You should just ask your wife to clean up after
Yeah,
you.
no, it doesn't work like that, really. We're a team,
You're scared?
yeah, exactly.
I cook, she eats.
Yeah.
I clean, she approves.
Right. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. That is true, 100%. Yeah, that's the only. I was trying to think of other deals, like what's another deal that we have that I don't. So I got caught mansplaining this weekend and actually called myself out on it because we were getting out of the truck and I was like talking to someone. I looked at her and I said, "I'm mansplaining, right?" She goes, "Yep." You sure are. I said, "Sorry." She goes, "No problem." But I do that a lot. I do the know-it-all thing a lot. And it's terrible. It's a terrible personality trait. It really is. But it sucks is, I just consume so much information. I feel like I got to get it out. And when somebody needs an answer, I answer. And that's not what people want sometimes. They want a conversation rather than the answer, So it turns out, Mr. Know-it-all jumped in and he just told us the answer. Stupid. Thanks. Now we don't have a conversation. We can sit and stare at each other uncomfortably again. God.
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Yeah, it's not like we witnessed that at all.
Zero of that, huh? All right, welcome back. So, the oldest person in the world. Like, what do we know about the oldest people in the world when as reported, right? So, you'll see these stories like, this person, the last person, 114, 113. What's the one thing that always accompanies a story of that nature?
Like, what's your secret to life?
That is the answer, Jack. What's the secret? How did you make it to 115 years old? And we've heard every single iteration of that. Every possibility. I drink wine, a glass of wine and a cigar every day. I smoke cigarettes and drink Dr. Pepper.
Always laugh. Don't go to bed angry.
Exactly.
Find purpose in your life.
I eat fried chicken every Friday. It is always something. Well,
I haven't heard that one before. The fried chicken on Fridays.
I just made it up. But this one I haven't heard either. That's the reason I pulled the story today. I find this fascinating. This is London. Her name is Ethel Caterham, right? And they asked her, she's 115 years old. And right now, according to...
that would make her the oldest living person.
That's right. Is it gerontology?
Yes.
All right. The research group, after Sister Ina Conenbaro, a Brazilian nun and teacher. She died Wednesday at 116 years old. That makes Ethel Caterham, who is 115, the oldest person alive right now, according to this research place. What do you think she says is the number one thing to stay alive that long that she has managed her entire life? She's done, or she actually hasn't done this. It's not something she says she's done. She hasn't done this. What do you think it is?
Eating a vegetable.
Nope. It doesn't, what the funny thing is? It doesn't say even a little bit about her diet or anything she consumes. What? What?
Just a text.
What, the know-it-all thing? Yeah, I got to stop. I just got to start asking questions more is what I got to do.
No sex.
Oh, no, that's not it. No, she doesn't say anything like that.
No, that was her advice to you.
Right, exactly right. She was born in 1909.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
1909, 5 years before the outbreak of World War I.
Wow.
3 years before the Titanic sunk.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Oh, my God. How about that? That is insane.
Wow. So she hasn't.
She's traveled a lot. She said
she's never done this.
Travel is in her blood. In 1927, at the age of 18, she embarked on a journey to India, worked for a nanny as a British family. She stayed there for 3 years. Back after she returned to England, she lived in Hong Kong.
Drive a car.
No, that's a great answer as well.
Now, she credits not doing this specific thing with her living so long?
That's exactly what she says. Matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly what her quote is. What?
Wear pants.
No, that's not it. This is the secret to her longevity, according to her, right?
All right.
She never argues with anyone.
Oh.
She says, I never argue. I listen, and then I do what the hell I want. That's exactly what she says. So if you have a bone to pick with her, she'll sit there, yes, ma'am, mm-hmm, all right, and then do exactly what she wants.
Anyway.
She'll take all the information in and then absolutely do exactly what that's what she said, never arguing. I have to tell you, that's actually not a bad way to roll through life. I don't I try not to argue with people.
Think about it. When was the last time you actually changed someone's mind when you argued with them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think now the idea of arguing in the last, let's say, maybe 8 or 10 years
I'm tired.
has gone to a different level. And I'm just like you. I'm exhausted.
I'm so exhausted. You can argue, but I'm not going to argue back.
She says she never argues with anybody about anything. She just she takes it in. She just goes and does what to do.
I think that's a great secret.
And the whole idea is exactly what you're saying. Why?
Right.
How many times, even when you win an argument, do you win?
No.
I mean, do you? If it's work related and there's a goal, right? And you're arguing about how to get to the goal, right?
Well, then I would hope that you would call it debating.
Yeah, maybe so. But
instead of arguing.
Suggesting maybe just different suggestions. But when you argue
but when you
over something,
suggest something loudly, that's arguing.
You think?
The tone of voice? Completely.
I would think if we disagree on something and we're arguing about it because your perspective of it is different than mine.
My perspective is right and you're not. You're wrong.
We're both trying to convince each other that we're right. And the thing is if you're embedded in your mentality, you're never going, what could I argue that would change your mind about anything right now?
No.
Right. But it's when a conversational tone heightens and you start getting a little more emphatic with what you're saying,
right?
Then it comes across as arguing.
Huh. So arguing is a tone rather than
It can be. Think about when it's just like how it's hard to read their intention behind a text message or even an email.
Right.
Yeah,
lost in translation kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, tone sets up. That's what tells the person, that person's tone tells me they're not happy with me, so your back automatically goes up because you're in defense mode.
Right. I would tell you, I'm kind of with Jack on this, though. I don't know that arguing loud does anything, although it does set the tone. But I got to tell you, have you ever seen people argue and not raise their voice? That's horrifying.
Oh, yeah, it's scary.
That's horrifying. When you're arguing with somebody and they're going, okay, so what exactly are you saying? At that point, I back away like 2 feet. I just back away. I'm not sure what they're holding, but they are way too calm.
That was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. Was at a station event. I won't use the person's name, but he was dating one woman, and there was another woman who was interested.
Okay.
And the girl he was with knew about it, and as they're getting ready to leave for the evening, she bends down to the woman she knows is interested. All smiles. There's nothing that would cause anyone to think anything is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Then she proceeds to grab a handful of her hair at the nape of her neck.
Keep talking.
And just whispers in her ear, just stay away from him. Don't let me find out you've been anywhere near him.
Then listen, I love your outfit, by the way, and you smell wonderful, but here's the thing.
Kissed her on the cheek.
Kissed her on the cheek like a mobster?
Let her hair go and walked out. And she just sat there like she'd just seen a ghost, all kinds of pale. She was Brazilian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was beautiful.
She had a poison dart on her.
There was no scene. She didn't make a scene at all. No one had any idea. She just kept it between herself and the woman she wanted to address.
That's a straight-up mob move there, because
is.
as mob dudes, when it was time for you to go, those mob dudes just walked up and gave you a little peck on the cheek.
Exactly.
And you knew what was coming.
Or raised an eyebrow.
Yeah. At that time, dudes were buying shovels at Walmart. That same time you were getting that kiss, dudes were buying plastic and shovels. At Walmart, you were donezo.
And lie.
You were Joe Pesci walking into the empty room with the plastic on the floor.
Oh,
and
no.
You go, oh, no. And then next thing you know, round to the face. That's it. Yeah, she said just don't argue. I can't remember the last big, well, yeah, I can.
That came back quick.
It's been an odd 6 months. I've had a couple arguments. We've had a couple arguments. Yeah. Man.
But they say couples that don't argue. I mean, it's like finding out what's the secret to living long is the same to what's your secret to having a 50-year marriage.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will tell you, it definitely wasn't the not arguing thing, because I never argued hardly. I got to tell you, I rarely, if ever, argued with my first wife at all. God rest her soul. That was kind of the one thing we would pride ourselves on. It turned out that was the worst possible thing in a relationship, because we never really had any. There was never resolving anything.
It didn't clear the air.
It didn't clear the air because we didn't want to argue and hurt each other's feelings, because we were both very good at it. So we just decided to kind of pave it over, and you can only pave that stuff over so long.
Yeah.
And then it came to came to that, and it kind of turned out to be really bad. So you gotta let that stuff out. The thing, I guess, with arguing is you just have to make sure it never gets personal, right?
Well, keep it fair.
That you maintain on the topic, like whatever the topic may be. Like if you're arguing about maybe how often something gets used, talk about that. Don't say, well, it's because of you dumb, or anything like that.
You never.
Right, yeah, you can't say the word
Can't
never.
use the word you always.
Yeah, or that one. That's another bad one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or you spent how much?
That one's
on eyelashes?
And you can't go back to,
They look great, Jack.
6 years ago when you can't do that. You can't use personal, this is another poisonous thing to do is to take a hurt or something that has happened to your spouse and then throw that back in their face.
Look, man, I try not. That's brutal. Yeah.
Brutal, and that will kill your relationship.
You try not to bring any of that old stuff up. Like, I think that's a murder scene.
Oh, it is.
For a relationship when you continually bring stuff up from the past.
Yep.
That's just like one of those things like, okay, is that where we're, are we living there now? Are we living in the past? Are we living here? What are we doing?
Right. Can we move forward?
Can we move forward? I mean, if there's something we need to resolve about that, let's do that.
Right.
And then that way we can go beyond it and we can both agree, hey, look, that is in the rear view. We can just kind of move beyond that, and we shouldn't, kind of reach into those situations. And I think if you do need to bring something up, you just you say it up front, right? Like, hey, I'm going to mention something that happened before. I'm trying to make a point here.
Well, they say road trips that's the best time to do that.
That's when we do it.
Because apparently,
oh my God,
I've read especially for men. Well, because I've heard especially for men that direct eye contact can be unsettling. So the best time to talk is when everyone's eyes are forward. Right? You can't. I don't know. I think it just diffuses the situation a lot when you're in a space where you've got the cars. You
can't leave.
You can't.
Yeah, that's right. You speed up. As it gets worse, you speed up and you look over and go, you still feel that way? You still feel that way? Then you take your hands off the steering wheel and you go like, God's got it. You still feel that way?
Jesus is my co-pilot.
Jesus is my co-pilot.
Oh, somebody take the wheel.
But he is swerving into this oncoming tractor trailer. Do you still feel that way? Oh, you're better now? Okay, I'll save us. Yeah, that thing does work. Matter of fact, I've said it before. Like Jack, when he went to New Mexico with his wife, we did the same thing. We got in the rental car and drove hours and hours and hundreds of miles, and we didn't even turn the radio on. We just sat and talked, or just kind of sat in each other's presence. And you're right. There's that weird thing when you make that eye contact that gets personal. Plus, your facial expressions start talking more than what you're really saying. You're saying something, but your facial expressions are like, I'm not saying this, and I don't mean it.
Did you just roll your eyes?
Right, exactly.
Did you just roll your eyes at me?
Did you purse your mouth? Did you purse your lips? You lip purser.
Oh, the face. Again with the face.
Oh, yeah. Again with the face. It's like a true Jersey. Again with the face.
Forget about
Forget about this face. All right, 5 o'clock keyword is fun. F-U-N.
Oh.
Go to realradio.fm. And
scares me every time.
Yeah. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Do you have something?
Yeah, we've been telling you about the Fringe, orlandofringe.org, where you can get all the details on their website. We actually have some details, including what I'm about to tell you right now. If you go to realradio.fm/fringe, there's information on how Fringe artists can leave a talkback that we'll play throughout the show this week, promoting your Fringe show. We encourage you to do that as well. But also this Friday, Sabrina and Angel's Sound Clash.
I told my wife about this weekend. I think this is the coolest idea, by the way.
Isn't this great?
We're going to try to find a show on Friday night so we can go out and see this. I think this is the coolest idea. I could sit and drink and listen to this probably for an hour or so.
Well, this Friday, this is free for everyone. It's the outdoor stage, which is the lawn area at Lock Haven Park. They have a beer garden.
Yeah, you won't miss it.
They have a full bar. They have food trucks, and they have an outdoor stage. And this Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. on that outdoor stage, it's karaoke versus DJ, live games, giveaways, and total musical mayhem with Sabrina and Angel. And we've got talent, sing-alongs, surprises, and you can help decide who wins the Sound Clash. It's it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's at the outdoor stage, and it's free.
So somebody sets the vibe, and the other person just keeps that vibe going, and maybe elevates it. Then it moves on. Then it moves on.
Oh, I think it's cool.
I think it's cool too.
Yeah, that's this Friday.
She's got her hands full. That dude knows.
Sabrina?
My gosh.
She's got her hands full. That dude knows a lot about music. He knows a lot. I was listening to a show this Friday night and heard stuff I never even heard before, which I love.
I listened to the first half hour of his show. It was great. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah. But the cover of Riders on the Storm, he opened up. Yeah, it was.
I didn't hear that one. No,
it was really good.
I heard some kind of almost like DJ instrumental piece that he was playing. It was like 4 or 5 minutes long. It was just like this groove. I felt entranced.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. All right, let's take a little break. We'll come back with trivia. Load them up. It's time.
Do it.
Real radio is the news junkie.
When C-Lane said aneurysm, I've seen a couple of videos
of people having aneurysms.
Yeah. There was one where I'll try to see if I can find this. He was just like walking into the lobby of a building.
Click favorites.
Mm-hmm. The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
The Super Regionals of the NCAA softball tourney are set. Number 3 Florida will take on SEC rival Georgia. Number 5 Florida State takes on 12-seeded Texas Tech. The Panthers advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. They scored 6 goals on Toronto's ice last night in Game 7, and they'll visit the Hurricanes for Game 1 tomorrow. And Scotty Scheffler captured the PGA Championship. He won it by 5 strokes yesterday, his 3rd career major. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Time to get that new roof. Summer's here. You want to make sure that you have no leaks when it starts raining here in Central Florida. Eustis Roofing can help you with that. And even though they are based in Eustis, don't think they only handle Eustis. They handle all of Central Florida. They've been doing this since 1959. That's 65 years in the roofing business in Florida. And how about this 4.9 Google rating with over 1,000 reviews? These guys know what they're doing. They run the cleanest site in roofing. You will never get a nail in your tire if Eustis Roofing is on the job. No interest financing is available. Like I said, they serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts, which means they manufacture that right on site, so it perfectly fits your home for that absolute professional look. And they may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to it. What you got to do is just get them on your property for that free estimate. It's easy. Just go to EustisRoofing.com. Again, that's EustisRoofing.com.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, explains how audio is an ideal way for brands to tell their stories.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. I think that there's something deep in all of us that enjoys listening to and telling stories. When I think about what we do here at Genentech, we do a lot to actually tell the broader story of our company and the legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marketing more than 40 medicines over that time period. And we celebrate that in story form, in audio format. It's a great way for people to learn more about what we offer and to be educated in an easy and convenient convenient way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia can get more people to hear your message than anyone else. We can also get a better response rate for all your marketing. For better results for every budget, visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
On the next Access Hollywood, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Homecoming red carpet. Plus, inside the American Idol finale, we're with the new champ, Carrie Underwood, on her rookie year and our Benson Boone surprise. And we're celebrating 20 years of AGT and the return of LB. Then, Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks, a special bond on screen and off with Justin Timberlake to thank.
My workout mix was the whole sexy back.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What's up, Colbert Show? I came across something the other day by mistake when I was messing around with my radio, but you ought to try if y'all haven't already done it. You take one of your shows where you guys are discussing something and then start arguing, and old Jimbo there has a full-blown come apart and starts ranting and raving. When that podcast drops, you go to that segment, jack the speed up to about 1.5 or 2. Ah, damn, that's some funny stuff. I don't care who you are. Y'all have a good day.
Give me a heel.
What do you do?
Oh man, you got you have to pay attention.
Yeah, I don't do that. So what's next?
Okay, when you have a fit and you get over animated about something that might be simple, you go back and listen to the podcast. And when you listen to a podcast, you can listen at regular speed, 1.5 speed, to twice speed.
So he's fast forwarding through my rant.
No, you just giving the rant at a faster speed is comical,
okay,
is what
funny.
I think what Cowboy was
There
saying.
you go.
There we go.
One of those there.
Yay.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here, and he's got the Jackie sack. Let's get it.
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, in the Jackie sack. We have 2 new prizes for the week, and one of them is a pair to one of our favorite places right here in Central Florida, a treasure in our community, and that's a pair of tickets to the Orlando Science Center.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, love those guys.
Yeah, they got a big DC exhibit coming up. Actually, I believe it's ongoing now, and they'll be on the Monsters this week. But Orlando Science Center, really cool stuff happening there. Also, in the Jackie Sack, a pair of tickets to see Styx and Kevin Cronin, the Brotherhood of Rock Tour with Don Felder at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. That's happening May 31st. Those are your prizes in the Jackie Sack today.
So
absolutely.
Back to you, clickety-clack.
Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
I'm feeling 3.
3 right there is Howard. Howard, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Want to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Is he the puzzle master? Or is he the guy who's currently writing today's game? Can he be both? Let's find out. It's time for JCS Trivia.
All right, Howard, this is a real easy game, boss. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is not true.
Oh, no.
So if you can find that one, buddy, I will send you over to the Jackie Sack where a cool prize awaits. Are you ready?
I am. I'm going to try to get it on the first one.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Well, it's your only option, really.
that'll make me nothing but happy. Very nice. All right, buddy, here we go. On this day in 1962, iconic movie star and sex symbol Marilyn Monroe sings Happy Birthday, Mr. President to John F. Kennedy at a fundraiser in front of 15,000 people at Madison Square Garden. That happened on this day, which is kind of weird because Kennedy's birthday is like 10 days from now, but it was the only opportunity she would have to do it, so she did it then. Here are 3 fun facts about Marilyn Monroe and 1 lie that I don't want to do while my wife is there. I don't want her singing that song like that when my wife is around. Trust me when I tell you. All right, buddy. We're talking about Marilyn Monroe. Which one of these is untrue? Number one.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Although Marilyn was the centerfold of the very first Playboy magazine, founder Hugh Hefner only met her twice. Number 2, Marilyn was an orphan. She never knew her father, and her mother was put into an institution when she was 9 years old. Number 3, her first choice for a stage name wasn't Marilyn Monroe. It was Jean Adair. Or lastly, Marilyn's signature breathy voice was a tactic to overcome a childhood stutter. Which of those is a lie?
Mr. President.
The last one.
No, that's absolutely true.
I like that one.
Yeah, her signature breathy voice was a tactic to stop from stuttering because she had formed herself a fine little stutter as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Who is next? 1, 2, 4, or 5?
Let's go 2.
2 right there is Roger. Roger, how you doing?
Roger never loses.
Roger never loses. Let's find out.
All right.
All right, buddy. We're talking about Marilyn Monroe. Roger, who never loses. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, although Marilyn was the centerfold of the very first Playboy magazine, founder Hugh Hefner only met her twice. Number 2, Marilyn was an orphan. She never knew her father, and her mother was put into a mental institution when she was 9. Or lastly, her first choice for her stage name wasn't Marilyn Monroe. It was Jean Adair.
Number 2.
No, that's absolutely true. Marilyn was an orphan. Matter of fact, Marilyn had a very, very difficult childhood.
Yeah, she did.
10 to 15 different orphanages she was at by the time she was 15 years old.
Wow.
She was, and you got to remember, she didn't go in until she was 9 years old. So, and they found her living with a family member. They said, no, they sent her back and forth to the orphanages over and over again. It really was terrible. Like what she dealt with as a kid, it's horrifying to think that she even made it that far in life at all. You know?
Exactly.
All right, 1, 3, or 1, 4, or 5.
Let's go 1.
1 right up top. That is Jason. Jason, how you doing, boss?
Great. How are you?
Doing good, buddy. Talking about Marilyn Monroe. Which one of these isn't true? Number 1, although Marilyn was the centerfold of the very first Playboy magazine, founder Hugh Hefner only met her twice. Or her first choice for her stage name wasn't Marilyn Monroe. It was Jean Adair.
Number 1.
Number 1 is the answer, buddy.
There you go.
Hey, for extra points, how many times did Hugh Hefner meet Marilyn Monroe?
I'm guessing 4, but I have no idea.
Yeah. He never met her.
Yeah.
Really?
He never met her. That entire deal was done by an agent, and the day that the photo shoot was there, he was gone. He never, and then she died not long after that. He never met her the entire time. I would have thought that they were like buddies, and that she was there all the time. Never met her. I think only spoke to her once.
Wow.
Like to sign the deal. Her first choice for her stage name was not Marilyn Monroe. It was Jean Adair. And among a number of other things, she's had like 2 or 3 last names.
Well, her name is Norma Jean, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's Mortensen. But there was a Norma Jean Baker or something like that she was supposed to be, or Norma Jean something else.
Oh, wow.
So she's had a really odd kind of travel with her names and stuff. A few other things you may not know before we get to the top of the hour. No Ray Trendley today, by the way. At the time of her death, her entire Hollywood home was...
Are we talking value?
No. Just something special about it.
Pink.
Bugged.
What?
Every room of her house was bugged.
CIA?
Hey, when you bang the president and his brother, the attorney general...
Allegedly.
Yeah. That is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her entire house was bugged heavily, by the way.
Just like the thought that, just like Jeffrey Epstein, did she take her own life?
Yeah. The funny thing is if you read about that, it is a really crazy story. She died on the way to the hospital. She wasn't at her home when she died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it really is bananas when you read about her life a little bit. And it was just surface stuff today. It wasn't even crazy, but I mean, it was pretty nuts, the life that she lived. I mean, she died in her 30s.
She died 9 years after that Playboy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was fired from her last job, which was a movie called Something's Gotta Give, and apparently she was unbelievably difficult to work with. And it was because she was terrified of cameras and did not really and had big time mental issues. So she really didn't want to be around people or on the set or anything like that. So she was.
Makes you wonder what changed.
Yeah, she was always really difficult to work with. They said there were days she wouldn't even show up. They would have to shoot the movie around her, and just for the days she would show up, reset all those scenes and shoot them with her because you never knew if she was going to show. But she was such a gigantic draw, they just dealt with it.
I mean, she still has makeup secrets that have never been revealed.
Actually, the funny thing is there is a makeup one about her as well. Check this out. So that lipstick that she wears, you can't even buy it in the United States of America. It's called Ruby. But you can buy it on Amazon, and you can still buy it in Europe. The exact lipstick she used.
Oh wow!
Yeah. She's really a fascinating character in American lore, and it is like lore because she came and went so quickly. You know, from
like
15,
a shooting star.
She died in 38 or at 38.
1962, August 4th, 1962.
Yeah, and so the president was shot in November of 63, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. There was a bunch of other stuff about her that was kind of wild too, man. The DiMaggio thing.
Yeah.
She was with him. Let's see. He
called him the love of her life.
Yeah, but there was something about him that they didn't get along because of something, and I can't. Oh, what broke their relationship was the famous picture over the grate.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Here's the ironic story about that. So if people don't know, there's a very famous picture of Marilyn Monroe holding down that white dress.
It's from a movie scene.
Some Like It Hot, right?
Yeah, exactly. Over a subway grate.
Was it that or Gentlemen Prefer Blondes?
I think it might have been that.
Yeah. So she's standing over a grate. The wind blows up. It blows her dress up. She holds it down. It's one of the most famous pictures in the history of Hollywood. Joe DiMaggio got so pissed off about that picture, they say that's what caused the divorce, right?
Oh, wow.
The crazy part of that story is when they shot that picture on the streets, people lost their mind. They couldn't use the take because there was too much background noise. She had to reshoot that when nobody was around, so there was no sound. So the reason she got divorced was from a picture that never even got used, but it showed too much skin, and he hated it.
Wow.
And she had a crazy love affair with really smart men. I guess she used to she roomed with Shelley. Is it Winters?
Yeah.
Shelley Winters. She was a roommate with Shelley Winters, and Shelley Winters tells stories about them writing lists of dudes they wanted to bang. Not one guy on her list was under 50 years old.
Really?
Right. Einstein, Arthur Miller, of course. She loved really smart dudes. Crazy, right? All right, back in a sec.
The 2025 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is happening now through May 26th. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. There's a crash affecting all lanes on State Road 434 at Palm Springs Drive. An accident slowing down traffic on Colonial Drive near State Road 408 there. Keep an eye out for a crash getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike southbound near Hancock Road there. That's off to the shoulder. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Summer starts early in Florida, which means we get more beach time, more sunshine, and more time to enjoy refreshing, sweet, and juicy Florida watermelon. The best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, these guys, they're just such awesome people. They really are. You know, they did this in Miami for years. Then they decided to bring this service up to Central Florida, and they hit the ground running. 400-plus lives saved, and that is not an exaggeration because Jack and I both can tell you we've had people approach us at gigs, on the street, just kind of in our personal lives, to thank us for the recommendation of Life Imaging FLA because it wound up saving their partner's life. They would go in thinking that one or the other was going to have the issue, and it turns out they would leave straight from there into the hospital for that bypass surgery that would save and extend their life. They do this all the time. They can do it for you as well. And remember, there are no dyes. You don't take off your clothes. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So do what I did, what my wife did, what my in-laws And what so many other Central Floridians are doing, they're going to Life Imaging FLA and they're getting this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, it's important. Please ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. Here's how you make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250, then say the keyword free heart scan. That's really all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan, then you'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today, guys. Take control of your long-term health care and be proactive, not reactive. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
When Ram won its first Motor Trend Truck of the Year, it was celebrated. But after 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. And now, so does the deal with Employee Pricing Plus. Stop by your local dealer today and take home a Ram truck. Ram, 7-time Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Nothing stops Ram. Offer valid on select 2024 and 2025 Rams for non-FCA employees and retirees. $200 admin fee applies. Not all buyers will qualify. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details. N6225. Ram is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
When disaster strikes, trust Paul Davis Restoration. Look, emergencies can happen anytime, leaving your property in disarray without warning. Whether it's a fire, flood, mold, or storm damage, the remediation and restoration experts at Paul Davis are here to help. With 24/7 emergency service availability and a 30-minute response window, we can confidently bring fast, practical solutions to residential and commercial property owners. If your home or business has been damaged by fire, water, or storm, call Paul Davis Restoration. Here to help 24/7. 407-629-6700 or orlando.pauldavis.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do, but with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you through.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
NASCAR on
Prime kicks off this Memorial Day weekend with one of the crown jewels of racing, the Coca-Cola 600.
Green flag flying here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
600 miles, 400 laps. This is where legends are made and heroes are honored. And for the first time ever, you can stream it on Prime.
Now's the time. Let's do it.
See what it takes to finish first. Don't miss the Coca-Cola 600, Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. NASCAR, it's on Prime.
West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Good after morning. Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Look, you are judgy about ridiculous, opinionated things.
Okay.
Like, say, the color of Christmas lights.
Okay.
This is facts. That is slob stuff. You need to pick. It's so simple, dude. Especially being a cook. How do you cook on a dirty surface? It's a mess. Shame on you.
Shame on me. What a bad person I am.
Shame, shame, shame.
Shame, shame. People get mad because I think there should be one color of light, Christmas lights. That's judgy?
Well, you get judgy about people putting multicolored.
I don't know. I just don't care for it.
Well, it's your whites only policy. We understand.
I like white lights. They look classy.
They do look classy.
Yeah, I don't like the multiple colored lights. I'm not saying anybody else can't have them. I'm just saying I like the white ones.
You have a strong opinion about it.
Yeah, it's not even that strong. It's just like white lights.
And that's all he was saying.
And he said judgy. He said judgy. Specifically said judgy.
You're judgy.
Yeah, I'm not that judgy, I don't think.
Inflatables?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like those either. But I'm not judging you if you have them.
You most
not anymore. I've grown.
Well,
not
okay.
anymore.
Back the truck up.
Let's wait for Christmas season.
It happens during Halloween, too.
Okay, good.
The inflatables are taking over. I mean, every holiday they're coming out now.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Your 6 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. WIN will do it. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We do hope you win for sure. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yep.
Did you guys this ship that crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see that thing?
Yes.
Right. It's like it's everywhere this morning, right? So I guess one of the things I don't understand is, so it lost power, right?
That's one of the assumptions.
Okay, so let me ask this question. So if it lost power, did it lose power while it was moving? Because that thing was hauling ass. What river is that, by the way?
Hudson?
Okay, does it move?
Oh, wait,
East River.
East River?
It was the Brooklyn Bridge,
Does it move that swiftly, that river?
The current?
Yeah.
That's one of the things they're saying, that they lost power, and it's evidenced by tugboats being near it.
Yeah, there was one tugboat near it trying to almost push it to the edge. It didn't really try to get around it and keep it from hitting the bridge. It was just kind of on its nose a little bit. I guess that's being even investigated.
It was supposed to be heading out to sea, so it wasn't even supposed to be anywhere near the Brooklyn Bridge.
So what do we know about it?
Well, it had sails out, right?
Yeah, no, it didn't have the sails out. It had its masts are fixed, though, right? It's a fixed mast boat.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it has power for sure, and the masts were up. But obviously, there's no way they would think that thing would go under there. It wasn't even close. It was 10 feet. It was 10 feet too big.
It was not intended to go under the Brooklyn Bridge. It was
supposed to be going out to sea.
Yeah, but was it strange? I mean, it was all lit up.
Yeah.
And then they had staff standing on I don't even know what you call it, the crossbeam.
That's a mast. I know that, but I don't know what the crossbeams are.
Yeah.
Well, what was interesting was, I think it was 24 countries or 115 ports. the Mexican Navy Academy is what does this. And so this finishes the cadets training on this ship. And New York City was their very first stop.
Oh, no.
It was their very first stop. They were supposed to be going to, like I said, over 100 different ports of call to several different nations across the world.
Wow. I did not read that at all.
So this was...
That sucks.
This was... Yeah, can you imagine? This is what you get through the training for, so that you get to go on this huge sailing ship with 3 masts, normally something you're not ever going to get to do when you join a country's Navy.
Absolutely not.
Then you go on a goodwill tour around the world, bringing in this beautiful ship, and you get to go to one place.
Wow.
And then the ship is so
and
damaged.
2 people die.
And 2 people die, and we still don't know who, what were they on, because we heard that nobody from the broken mast fell into the water. There were lots of reports of people dangling from their harnesses, but they said miraculously no one fell in the water. So I don't know if, like, when those masts broke, did something fall onto the ship and end up killing those 2 people?
I just got a blurb right here. It says both victims who died on the Mexican Navy ship, which crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge, have been identified as cadets who fell to the ship's deck after unbuckling their harnesses in an effort to try to get down. So in other words, they saw the bridge coming. They knew they were going to make impact, so they took off their safety harnesses and tried to get down as quickly as possible and wound up falling to the deck.
Man.
I guess I don't understand most of this. One of them was a female. Is it when you pronounce a Y in Spanish, do you say the Y or is it
E?
Is it E? So it's Emilet?
How is it?
Sanchez. It's Yamilet. Is it Yamilet? Amilet?
Yeah, okay. Yamilet.
Yeah, she is one of them, and the other one was Adal Marcos. They were both in their 20s. And I guess the part that I didn't understand, I was like, okay, well, I mean, when you're a naval captain of any of any country, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the Mexican Navy, they're obviously well prepared. I don't understand how this boat was even in that position, like where it was even in that river. I didn't know the river flowed that quickly, if it did, because the boat was going at a pretty good clip.
Yeah, that was one of the things that the captain had said had contributed to the crash was the current and them losing power.
Right.
Because it was just like the bridge that hit the Franklin Scott Key Bridge when they lost power.
Right.
And then they end up hitting that bridge and causing a catastrophic failure where 6 people were killed.
Right.
So in this case, between the current and the losing power, and that bridge is like 146 years old. No damage to the bridge.
Right, yeah. I mean, it shouldn't have been, because, I mean, the masts are obviously, they're not, they're not going to do any damage like it, hitting it with an oil tanker or a shipping container with all that momentum. The ship really wasn't even that big.
This is just where I just realized, wow, you really know nothing about sailing.
Yeah. Look, I for the life of me, I was like, okay, well, I don't understand why it was even there. Obviously, there's the Brooklyn Bridge part.
No.
It doesn't do any of that, right?
No,
so
no.
anything you sail under it, they know they have to know the clearance, right?
Yeah, there's no way that ship was meant to go under the Brooklyn Bridge.
And I believe that some boats, God, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but I do believe that some boats can pump the ballast full or put more weight in the ballast to bring the level of the boat down for certain clearances if there are issues.
But they weren't planning to. They were planning to go out to sea. They had just left a pier.
Right.
They had over 200 people on board this ship. Like I said, it was their first stop on this goodwill tour of the world. And they were supposed to be heading back out to sea to get to their next port of call. So they weren't planning to go anywhere near the Brooklyn Bridge.
That's so crazy. And again, I just saw the video. It's like, that thing's hauling ass. Why is it doing that?
To me,
the tugboat was trying its best to do something. I don't know what the tugboat was trying to do.
Well, it was only one.
It's one tugboat.
And maybe just get it to the side so it doesn't keep going down the middle of the river.
Right.
At least if it pins it against the dock,
which is what it tried to do.
It stops it.
That to me was the scariest video. Was watching people running as this 3-mast ship is coming at them at the pier, and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, that was the most, I would say that is the most interesting video out there of them with the damn thing coming right at them. And it looked like Jack was saying that the tug was trying to push the nose literally into the bank.
Yeah, into the pier.
To stop it from doing anything else.
Because it lost power and the current was taking it wherever it wanted to go. And so it was probably, I think the tugboat operator is probably the hero in this situation.
And the other thing that's kind of weird, I always thought that when a boat motor was running, that was the source for the generator. Like, I know that, like, when you have an RV, when you have an RV, the motor that runs the RV sometimes can be also the generator motor, but a lot of those times it's not, because you want to be able to run the generator and stay in the RV without the motor running.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a separate generator system to create the power for the lighting and everything else.
Yeah, obviously it didn't affect the lighting because the lights were still on as it was going.
Right.
But yeah, some mechanical failure.
Wow.
Where they could not control it. But
they're having a weird year up there in New York.
I just remember getting that news blurb. I saw it at about 10:50, and I'm like, well, the 11 o'clock news is coming on. Then I just went to my phone. I'm like, I just, typed in, Brooklyn Bridge, and then boom.
Yep.
Then I just started watching video after video.
I just opened Twitter, and it was like, oh, look, lots of people have it.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's an accident getting cleared up on State Road 434 near Palm Springs Drive. The left lane's blocked on John Young Parkway northbound at Old Winter Garden Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways tonight. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Summer barbecue season is almost here, so up your hosting game by replacing your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason? Peace of mind. With Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Sarah says if you're ever in need of windows or doors, please give them a call today. They will most surely give the treatment of excellence 100%. Renewal by Andersen's Window of Opportunity Savings Event is going on now. Buy 2 windows or patio doors, get the third 60% off, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Greenway Kia proudly thanks all active and retired military members for your service. If you're in the market for a sedan or SUV, we've got the perfect Kia for you. Tariff-free and in stock now. Drive home a new 2025 Kia Sportage for just $299 per month for 36 months with 0 due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA include $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 6/15/25.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
The accident wasn't your fault. The medical bills shouldn't be your responsibility. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. After an accident, you don't want to get stuck with a pile of medical bills. I will fight to get those bills paid. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Spring is here, the perfect season to give your aging roof the attention it deserves. Florida's highest rated roofer is here to help. Experience the Janney difference and save up to $2,000 this season. Join a community of thousands of happy homeowners.
To go ahead and do it right the first time so that you don't have to hire another company to fix what the company should have done right. And I feel like that's Janney Roofing.
Get started at JannyRoofing.com.
Offer only applies on full roof replacement and expires May 31st, 2025.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Yeah, Sesame Street might be one of the purest brands in the world, but working with them is not fun. I worked with them at a company where they were an IP of ours, and we had to work with Sesame Warehouse all the time. Let me tell you, they meticulously go through every single thing that is produced to make sure it is correctly produced, correctly put out there, and correctly in line with their values, which is great. Ugh.
You say not a picnic?
Yeah. He's pretty mad about it.
Not a picnic. And you know who else is like that? Nintendo.
You know what else is up about that? Apple.
Disney.
Yeah,
Disney.
All the major brands. Because
Harley Davidson.
Nintendo with new Epic Universe, which is opening to the public on Thursday. I have sources.
Yeah.
I have sources.
Okay.
Who said people from Nintendo came over and said, color's not right. Got to repaint it all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
well, I have a little inside information on some of this stuff, and I know for a fact that happens as well. Companies like Harley Davidson and Disney, if the stuff that you produce for them isn't right, they want you to make a video of it burning or being destroyed.
Yes,
there was a glassware order that came into a company that I know about, and it was a lot of glassware, and the glassware, the image wasn't correct. It was not produced the way it was supposed to be produced, color off, character not exactly right, and they had to video themselves throwing case after case after case after case of glassware into a dumpster so it would verify that it was destroyed and it was unsellable. And
I
Harley,
get it.
Harley will make you burn it.
Yeah, I get it. It
But
just
how
seems
wasteful.
so wasteful.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
Completely wasteful.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Win is your 6 o'clock keyword. That's WIN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. Win, we'll do it. That is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Sure.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Have you ever been through a situation where you saw a massive, super heavy police presence in a scenario and then don't see anything about it in the news the next day? Have you ever had that?
I'm trying to remember.
Or even like, something that you thought, I'll read about this tomorrow, and then all of a sudden you never see anything else about it.
I'm sure, but it's one of those things where I forgot about it. And I never went back and checked. Or
what my wife and I experienced this weekend, we will never forget. Because
really,
yeah.
Oh, what do you got?
So Saturday night after the Fringe, it's late, because the last show we went to was like 11 o'clock. We live in Eustis, so it's 11 o'clock to 12. Getting out of there, we're like pulling into the area around 1:15 in the morning, maybe a little bit later. And how we get home is we take the 414, which is the Maitland Exchange, out to the 429, and then come out here, and it drops you off right here in this area, right?
This sounds like an episode of the California.
Okay,
Doesn't it?
But
you take the 414 to the 429, then you take the 453 to 46.
But it's important because you need to know, right?
Yeah,
Here's why. So as we're getting off of the 417 to go over to like 46 to go into Eustis, it's out in the area. We're in Lake County. We see on this one turn, there's two cops stop there, and it looks like they're looking like somebody missed the turn, like they were going too fast, and he just kind of went off in this dude's field.
Okay.
But it wasn't that, because you saw no skid marks or anything like that, and they weren't out there actively looking. They were just parked on the side of the road. We're like, that's weird. As we come around that corner, when we get to that intersection, they won't even let us turn right, and there are another 6 cop cars blocking the way. So we have to turn left and go to another area and kind of double back around. Every intersection we went to double back around in that area to get to where we had to go had at least 3 or 4 cop cars. We got to the other intersection, 3 or 4 cop cars. We figure between Apopka, Mount Dora, Sorrento, and Eustis, we figure there were 30 cop cars.
This is pretty big.
30 cop cars. 30. That is not even a remote exaggeration. I'd read on Facebook that there were also 2 police helicopters circling the area, right? Super intrigued. Wonder what the hell's going on, right? We're like, no problem. We'll read about it tomorrow. There's no way possible 30 cops from 3 counties can come and get called out with 2 helicopters and it not make news. Not a syllable. Nothing. There is nothing out there. How does that happen? How do 30 cops from 3 different counties get sent out for something?
Well, if their PIO isn't called and the press isn't activated, there's no reason, unless there's an active threat to the public.
Guys, there was not a word about this anywhere. But what I'm saying is, hold on now, that's not, because if you get even a little police chase in downtown Orlando that ends up where a guy drives into a car, there's 50 stories about it between all the news channels. Yeah. This is 30 plus cops and 2 helicopters. Nothing.
It's the right people knowing it at the right time. I don't know. Maybe these news departments are pared down so much. It's like, after midnight on a Saturday night, hey, we were downtown. We're,
right.
We just weren't in Eustis or wherever. Maybe.
Dude, they had blocked off 5 roads,
Maybe.
5 major thoroughfares in that area to block them off so that you couldn't get through.
They were tracking escaped convicts from Louisiana.
Dude, see, I will tell you, Jack, that's what it came off like. It came off like somebody had killed somebody and fled into an area that they had blocked off. That's exact. But I'm telling you, every corner of this supposed square that they had blocked off had multiple 6 to 8 cop cars. All lights blazing, impossible to miss.
This is Saturday night.
This is Saturday evening. Nothing in the news. And we checked Sunday morning was the first thing.
Well, it would have been too late for Sunday's newspaper, but I mean, it would have been on social, on
the television.
on the website.
That's what I'm saying.
To social?
I went to social, and people are saying the same thing. Like, where are all these cop cars? What's going on?
Yeah, that next door app?
That's exactly where I got it. Like, that's exactly where it is. I'm going there right now. Use just word of mouth. You go to the word of mouth thing. By the way, I don't know if you use those. Do you use word of mouth?
No.
Dude, listen to me closely.
He's been on that since he lived in Geneva.
Listen to me closely. That word of mouth thing on Facebook is no joke. You want to find out what's really happening in your community? Go to the word of mouth Facebook pages. Those images will tell you everything. Like literally everything. And I'm trying to find this post that was there last night about all, because I mean, the thing is with the word of mouth, though, you have to get in there quick because something will happen and then 65 posts later because the guy wants to show you his pool deck, he just pressure washed. But we even looked everywhere online trying to find out where and why all these cops were out, and we couldn't find anybody to say anything other than they thought it was somebody like had fled on an ATV. I'm like, they're not bringing out a third of every cop in Central Florida for an ATV chase. Unless somebody got murdered. And if somebody got murdered, you definitely hear about it, right?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you would. I mean, I can't imagine if somebody got killed, you wouldn't hear about it. I mean, we hear about every person that dies in the city if they die of anything other than natural causes.
Did you check Reddit?
God almighty.
That's what a texter suggested.
I just scrolled for a good 3 minutes, and the last one says it was posted an hour ago. After scrolling for 3 full minutes. Let me see if I can find this anywhere because it was the craziest thing, dude. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, that's why you go online and check the police department or the sheriff's website for calls for service. That's why you go online and check the police department or the sheriff's website for calls for service.
Somebody here said even Lake Legal News had no info.
Huh.
Yeah, because I mean, same area those cops were shot in a couple of months ago, somebody was saying. Yeah, this weekend in Eustis. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah.
Texter says it was ice, Jimmy.
No.
They work construction and I've heard it. No, people say like up in the villages and stuff, they say the construction is slowing down because there are a lot of people not showing up for work.
In my neighborhood, they came and pulled roofers right off a neighbor's roof that was getting done, and it was like, well, let's hope it doesn't rain anytime soon.
Yeah, they rolled through the villages hard last weekend and last week.
Like
they took
over 112 arrests.
Yeah, they took a bunch. What was this past weekend? May what? It was the 17th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm trying to find anything about this. I couldn't find anything to save my life of what was going on out there. We say it was the biggest mystery. We tried all day Sunday to find something, even online, a little bit. People speculating, but somebody did something and did this. And the only thing I saw was somebody said somebody was fleeing on an ATV. And I was like, really? You're going to bring out and I'm not kidding, man, like that many cops are fleeing to ATV? It just didn't seem to add up. And then there's nothing on the news, which is kind of wild. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. The other story was kind of weird out this weekend that we didn't talk about until like now is the kid who blew up that Palm Springs fertility clinic.
I know.
What a weird story that is as well.
He is a antinatalist.
Which I've never even heard of.
I didn't either until I read about him, but he's someone who believes that there are already too many people on the planet. Apparently, a lot of his online manifestos talked about going after pro-lifers. This is going to shock you. He was 25, and yes, he did live at home.
Yeah.
Most of his online activity was gaming.
Yeah.
But just an oddball.
Guy Edward Bartkus was the guy's name, 25 years old, identified by the FBI's LA office as the suspect. Of course, he loaded his vehicle up with explosives, and he was in the vehicle, so they identified him because he was the only person that died. The irony of this, he tried to blow up an IVF clinic, and the only people making it out of their lives is the things in those tubes.
Yeah, the firefighters said that they were able to save all of the embryos.
Right.
That were in that clinic.
Like nothing happened. I mean, the building had some issues, like blown out windows and whatnot, but he didn't kill anybody except himself.
Which I hate to say, but in too many of these cases, when someone is suicidal, they too often take out innocent victims before they take out themselves.
Really?
And this time it was like, well, you just took out yourself.
Yeah. So, by the way, people are texting in now and said, like I've looked for information everywhere, not a peep, thought it was weird. And people are like, now I'm thinking about it. And then somebody said, it's ice, Jim. I work construction. It's no joke. No conspiracy here, brother. Immigration was an unmarked off to the side somewhere. I have to tell you guys, every vehicle I saw was marked. And it was either an Apopka cop, a Mount Dora cop, or a Eustis cop. I think there was one or two. I think we saw a Sorrento in there as well, which would have been all in that area right there. But,
so down by like 46 Kelly Park Road.
Wolf Branch.
Oh, wow.
Over to Round Lake that comes all back around and goes back out to 441. All of that was covered with cops. They were everywhere.
So that sounds like a dragnet.
Yeah, it was. It felt like somebody committed a murder, and they found out that person was in this block. But this block was like
6 blocks.
8 square miles.
We're only 10 hours away from Louisiana.
I know.
They still got, what, seven convicts on the loose?
Yep.
Yeah. It says that started earlier because I had to go to, I went to the drive-thru in Sorrento, and it was about 11 o'clock and that stuff was going on.
Wow.
Crazy. But this kid, the interesting part is I read an interview with his dad, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to find some stuff out now. The dad hadn't talked to this guy in like 10 years. So I guess maybe there was a divorce. So he hadn't spoken to his son since he was 15 years old. And
now he's blowing up IVF clinics.
And he's an anti-natalist.
Yeah.
Like he's a kid who wanted to commit terrorism to keep people from having children.
Exactly. Too many people on the planet already.
I've not heard that one yet.
He got rid of one.
Not exactly. I haven't heard to this.
He really believes in it, Jack. he put his money where his mouth was.
Yeah, he was committed.
He was committed. Is it nihilistic or nihilistic?
Nihilistic.
Nihilistic. So that's what I thought.
I've heard it used both ways.
So, but he was anti-natalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was also anti-natalist.
But he was also a nihilist. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because I thought I saw that at first, and then when you guys were talking, I'm like, oh, maybe I got it wrong.
No,
he's both.
It's both.
Yeah. He says he wanted to sterilize this planet of the disease of life.
Jeez.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, and he's only 25.
That's like something you would hear in a video game.
You're going to need a bigger bomb.
You're going to need to upgrade to the Expedition, buddy. That Explorer load's not going to do it for you. Yeah, he died in the attack. It remains unclear if it was an intentional suicide. The bombing also left 4 people injured.
That sucks.
Yeah, the explosion happened. And it said the other thing he didn't even pay attention to, because he drove an hour to do this. He didn't even pay attention to the time. Apparently, this time and day was a day that the clinic was had the fewest people. 11 a.m. on a, was it Sunday?
All right.
Yeah, so he had the fewest people in the entire building. He chose the worst possible day. These people aren't very smart.
I like it when bad people aren't smart.
No joke. Isn't that right? I like dumb bad guys are good. Yeah, it said Palm Springs police described the incident as an intentional act of violence. The blast originated from a vehicle explosion at the address, which was 1111 North Canyon Road. The American Reproductive Centers, a facility that performs services including IVF, egg freezing. So they were here to bring life away. Usually we only hear about stuff like this when they're blowing up abortion clinics.
Right.
This guy flipped the switch. Literally.
World's getting crazy.
I've never heard of an anti-natalist. I've not even heard of that. It seems insane.
Yeah, that's the first time. Well, to that extreme. I know there are people, I mean, King Charles, for one, I mean, for years he's been, preaching about the population growth is going to be it's a global problem, and it's only going to get worse, and it needs to be maintained.
Yeah.
But someone to go to this extreme for it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you have to be real good with your language when you start having those population, too many people kind of conversations, because people are like, "What do you mean there, dude? What are you talking about? Like we only have so much clean water? Is that what you're saying? What's that mean? Are you one of them?" Yeah, you bet he's not on that list of people that don't need the resources anymore. That's for sure.
And someone said, Jimmy, back to your police presence late Saturday night where you could not find anything about it. Is it possible it was training?
Buddy, I got to tell you, it did not feel like training. Yeah. Again, it's 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, it's actually Sunday morning, but it was, in the middle of the night, coming home. And when I say the police presence was overwhelming, it was overwhelming. Like there were cops everywhere. We started laughing about it because every intersection we went to try to take the road to get back to our house had cops there. We didn't know if they were going to let us go or not. And they weren't even directing traffic, for the record. Like when you came around this intersection to turn right on 46, that's a major intersection between 2 major roads. And they had the entire thing blocked off and not one cop telling you what was going on, that you had to go this way, nobody directing anything. They were just out there, lights on, and to be honest with you, didn't see many of them outside their car. Only a few were outside their car. The lights were just blazing and they were parked all in those areas where you could turn to go to a certain area of that area. Crazy, dude. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got a few minutes for your keyword win, W-I-N. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Deb, what do you got for news?
The NTSB gives an update on that Brooklyn Bridge crash. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office makes a few arrests at Welcome to Rockville. And Billie Eilish to kick off her U.S. tour right here in Florida. We'll talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
That's nice. We'll take a little break, come back, do You Heard It Here First, and get out of here on a Monday.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today features another hot day with highs in the mid-90s. High of around 95 degrees can be expected in Orlando, but once we factor in the humidity, it will actually feel a lot closer to the low 100s. As we head into the end of this week, the mid-90s will continue with the exception of Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we'll be expecting a very weak cold front to slide through. That will help to bring with it about a 20 to 30% chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Memorial Day deals are on at Lowe's. Get 2 select 1.5-gallon annuals hanging baskets for just $15. Lowe's, we help you save. Valid through 5/28. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Man, let me tell you something. You have a home here in Central Florida, do you? Got a little equity in that? Well, let me tell you, you're in good shape because nationally, Central Florida homes still selling for record prices. And that's what we talk about when it comes to the Nickley Group, knowing the local trends so well. That's very important because homes here are different than homes other places in the U.S. That's why you need a team of specialists like the Nickley Group to make sure you maximize that number one asset, which is your home. And look, man, if you're looking to cash out and kind of do what you're going to do, nobody's going to do you better than the Nickley Group. On average, these guys get about 6% more for their homes than their competitors. Guys, that's thousands and thousands of dollars. And even better, they sell those homes twice as fast as their competitors. And that's just where it begins with the Nickley Group. If you're a buyer and you're coming into this market, you can't lose. Nobody knows more about Central Florida and the areas that you want to move to than the Nickley Group. All the information you need from schools to fun stuff to do, everything. They have it for you, ready to go. They even have a VIP program that includes free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. They even have an early access program. What that means is you get access to off-market properties before they even hit the listing. You can't lose. Guaranteed cash offer. That means if you don't want to do with any of this stuff, you just go to their website and get a cash offer for your home. No showings or open houses, and you could close that deal in just 14 days. These guys don't play. Take advantage of this today. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Dust off your boots, because the Silver Spurs Rodeo is back May 30th and 31st at the Silver Spurs Arena. See the wildest rides and fastest barrel racers east of the Mississippi River. Tickets start at just $15 at silverspursrodeo.com.
When dealerships compete for your trade, you win at Greenway Kia. Trade your car with us and over 40 Greenway dealerships will compete to buy it. So you get the best possible value, as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Wondering what your trade is worth? Get your appraisal online at greenwaykias.com or visit us at East Colonial, West Colonial, and 1792 North in Longwood. I'm Joe Rossi, and Greenway Kia proudly thanks all active and retired military members for your service.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
When disaster strikes your home or business, you need more than a quick fix. You need a team you can count on. You need Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida. From storm and water damage to fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis Restoration is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Well, Ray Trenley couldn't be with us today, but he and the folks at TK Law want to remind us to look ahead, so that we will do, and tomorrow on Real Radio, on the Monsters in the Morning, they are getting ready for their Monsters Night of Comedy. That happens on Thursday. You can get details of that event before it sells out, realradio.fm/comedy. Don't miss out, because they keep adding on to what's happening at the Funny Bone this Thursday night. It's going to be an epic night for sure. Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Gonna miss me some Alan Rock. He was the bozo. I believe it was on Channel 9 back in the day when Channel 9 was on Central. But, yeah, he's a good guy.
Great guy.
Good guy.
A real mensch.
Yeah. A real mensch. That's a great way to say it, right? Somebody that everybody liked.
Yeah, just a blessing.
Yeah. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 6 o'clock keyword is win, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at what? Is it not?
Oh, no, it is.
Yeah, I was going to say. Kind of tripped me out
win.
there.
I thought I heard a Y.
Yeah, no win. WIN. Go to realradio.fm and send it on for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Coming up tomorrow, we'll have What'd You Do That's New?
Don't forget to do that tonight, Jimmy. It's 45 minutes long.
Okay, What'd You Do That's New?
I forgot about that because I watched it already. Did you watch it?
No, I try to watch it as close to review because I made the mistake of I'm going to do my homework early. And then Tuesday would come around and I'm like, wait, what are we?
Yeah, I did that one time. And one time only. It's like, oh, I'm excited about this one. I'll watch it right away.
Right.
And then 6 days later, I'm like, what was that?
I don't remember that. Did that actually happen?
The controversial rise of Rockstar Games.
Yep.
That is what we'll be talking about tomorrow for What'd You Do That's New. Do we have a celebrity guest to do that?
We're going to have that post. It's going up tomorrow morning on our gym members Facebook page.
Yeah, so look for that. Well, Jack does is he puts up a thing, and you actually get to decide what we do for the What'd You Do That's New. We'll take all your suggestions and just choose one randomly.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk to Scott Brown for It's Only Money. More opportunities for you to win $1,000. All kinds of fun stuff coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, let's get more winners.
Yeah. Come on.
All right, let's do You Heard It Here first.
All right.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
The NTSB says it will not speculate on what caused Saturday's deadly ship crash into the Brooklyn Bridge. Board member Michael Graham said the process will take time.
Within 30 days, we will have a preliminary report. A normal, full investigation, which this is for an accident, our investigations take normally between 12 months to 24 months.
Yeah, not too long. Investigators arrived on scene this morning, and the NTSB is working with Mexico to gain access to the Mexican Navy ship. 2 people died, as we learned from Jimmy earlier, both cadets with the Mexican Navy.
Yeah.
And more than a dozen others were injured in the collision. There was no structural damage to the Brooklyn Bridge. Officials said a preliminary report on the crash, once again, will be released within 30 days. Closer to home, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office says over a dozen people were arrested at Welcome to Rockville in Volusia County this weekend. Really, over a 4-day festival, a rock festival.
That's pretty darn.
That's not bad at all.
I was going to say, that's damn good. That's going to be a record.
Exactly. In a release, deputies told News 6 that the VSO made 13 arrests consisting of 3 felonies, 10 misdemeanors. A few of the arrests involved undocumented immigrants, 2 of whom also face charges locally. One of those charges was a woman who's 36 and smiling in her mugshot for trying to sell hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Oh, come on.
I know, man. Just let her have a good
Let her
time.
live.
And then finally, Billie Eilish is expanding her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour. The pop star announced a 21-show trek, which starts on October 9th in Miami. She'll then also visit cities like Orlando, Raleigh, Philadelphia, Long Island, and Phoenix. The tour will wrap up November 23rd in San Francisco. Ticket pre-sales start Tuesday.
Very nice.
You heard it here first on The Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deb. Appreciate that very much. It's kind of
Sure.
funny. The AI thing is kind of out of control. Like during the Met Gala.
Yeah.
This past week, they were like, look at this. It's Billie Eilish and all these pictures of people. She wasn't even there. Like people are just taking AI and just making their own reality now, which I love. All right, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Lady James with Corsets and Cuties. Also want to thank Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate that as we do every day. Jack, question of the day?
Do you have an American flag that you display outside your home?
The reason I brought this up, by the way, is Ace Hardware nationwide are giving out free American flags for Memorial Day.
Oh, cool.
So you can go to an Ace Hardware. Now, I don't know when they get there, but I know that that is the story, that they're going to offer those all weekend long so that you can have yourself an American flag for your home. I don't think many people display it at all times. I think maybe during 4th of July and other special times they do.
Even that's why I
okay.
worded it that you display outside your home. Not
Doesn't
like,
say when or whatever?
I have one. It's not up every day. I put it out for flag flying holidays,
I'll
like
go
Memorial Day.
Yeah, I'll go 31%.
Yeah, 27, not too far off.
Wow, good job.
That's about where I thought. You have one?
No.
We had 2 at Valley Stream, and we left them there. We didn't bring them with us, so we got to get one for the house.
Now we have the Big Blue W.
The Big Blue W?
Yep.
What is that for?
If you know, you know.
Oh, Wisconsin?
No.
The Big Blue W.
Woundowa.
Nope. Come on, baseball fans.
Oh, Cubs.
That's a Cubs thing? A W?
Yeah, it means they got the win.
Oh, good Lord of mercy. God, you fly a flag every time they win a game?
Hey, I just make sure my man has his flags.
That thing must look brand new.
All right, he's going for the Cubs, the Steelers, UCF.
Did you put an L out when they lose?
No, of course not. That ain't happening. All right, let's get the hell out of here, man. Big day coming up tomorrow for sure. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that.
More brutal heat.
Yeah, don't forget the Monsters will have more keywords for you. So will the News Junkie, leading right into us. Good programming all weekend long, or all week right here on Real Radio, including the show coming up after us. Tom and Dan, legendary podcasters here in Orlando and radio personalities.
And just some really nice guys.
They are the greatest. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Monday evening.
See you tomorrow. Bye.